commend the INEC leadership led by Professor Yakub of the Senate
All right, thank you very much for joining us. It's a serious matters on ONIF TV. Sorry for that. It's a network problem, of course. it's like almost a normal thing, you know, from this part of the world. But then we hope that things will get better as time goes on. Well, my name is Olukunle Abraham, and this is Serious Matters on ONIF TV. I saw a video in the course of the day, even though I had quite a number of things that I would have loved to do or talk about, but then this particular one got my attention. I know you must have seen it also, or probably some of you have seen that video of a claim of an exposure of grand plans by the APC, the governor of Imo State, Uzodinma, and the INEC to rig the 2023 election. How do I mean? In the video, you will listen to the patron and the chairman of the CUPP, who is going to load us with, you know, some details. Very, very interesting, funny, and it's intriguing. These details, they are touching. And of course, the CUPP are the Coalition of United Political Parties, and so we're going to have in their chairman speak in this video. And I want you to pay close attention. I do not know for how long we want to continue like this. And the truth is, I've always believed in the fact that leadership is not by force. Leadership is not by force. And so, in this particular video, let's see and let's listen very, very closely what is God to say.
of the press conference by the Coalition of United Political Parties on the issue of the grand compromise of the Nigerian electoral register, falsification and upload of fake registration, forgery, and traceable offences of rigging 2023 general election. Gentlemen of the press, fellow countrymen, we welcome you to this historic briefing after a while that we have been silent, rebuilding and strengthening the coalition. We have called you today because we have secured the documents, the backup claims that were uncovered a well-orchestrated grand compromise of the electoral register to upload of fake registration, which modified by federal country takeover of violence and the removal of huge amount of money and the traceable offense of general election. Issues that are addressed today is the very foundation of the hope of our nation to hold credible, acceptable, free and fair general election next year. About 4 months ago, we intercepted credible intelligence about the grand design of the APC compromise the 2023 general election and 9 Nigerians their sovereign right to choose their leader. This intelligence was intercepted after the plan was shared in details with some of the APC governors and for them to play their own role. Made the way, commented our hardcore evidence and proof, and today we believe that Nigerians deserve to know the kind of party that is running the affairs of our nation and the imminent threat that can destroy our nation. We are going to say that this compromise on the voter registration exercise is not process to stop the use of Iran in the election and advance towards leadership changes at the highest level of the independent electoral commission INEC. First of all, we commend the INEC leadership led by Professor Yakub and the Commission for the bold step of the challenge of the voter register, which they have commended using the automated biometric identification system. However, we say that the discovery would have led go beyond the case of voting registration. It is a monumental compromise of the national details of the ONIF. Gentlemen, we just ended continuous voter registration exercise. From our intelligence, some of the APC control states had access, I repeat, had access to INEC registration machines and conducted their own registration process. This time, not with human beings. They use hundreds of thousands of computer-generated photos and faces, passport photographs, calendar, photo albums, and in fact, many human face they display their filthy hands, including the country and including outside the country and especially Africa. They went as far as Jamaica, New Zealand, and Brazil to take photos of them. Knowing that a day like this will come and the press will have aspiration, we painstakingly and very carefully monitor these people as they had authority and approval from the highest level of political leadership. So I tell you, we have here documentary evidence to show you. We have here documentary evidence to show you that what these people have done. We shall make them available to you so that you will see for yourself. Gentlemen, let us explain to you that what these people did. These machines were located in various government houses or other designated places in 22 days of APC. They had trained personnel who were able to use only one fingerprint to register hundreds of thousands of persons. They had access into the system, and this fake registration has all passed through successfully to the database. We shall now use the register in Imo State to demonstrate what we have found the Omuma magic. And this plot was pushed from Omuma and sold to the register. The Imo State Governor, my own state, is from Omuma, ward Ori Local Government area of the state. In 2014, Omuma ward had barely 6,500 registered voters. In recent past, Ori is being the hotbed of insurgent activities of the non-government in the state, and with high level of insecurity, many residents have relocated from their ancestral home. Omuma ward, Governor Hope Uzodinma ward, now have over 46,000 registered voters. And note that is the ward, we are talking about ward, not local government. The ward alone now has 46 polling units. Then, I want to show this to you. You can see your camera. This is an extract from the voter register. When you go to Ori East, Omuma, Central School 2, Central School 2, you will see names like George Shidana, a man's picture and female agenda. You will see names like Dana Koki, a man's picture and female gender. You will see a name like Bosigo Faith, a man's picture and female gender. You go also to Omuma Primary School, in 01. You will see a name like Victory Edem, a man with a female picture. If you go to Unit 01, same Omuma, you see a name like Hans Bira, a woman's picture and a male gender. Then you continue also, you go to Umu Primary School 001, you see a man's picture, female gender, a name called Langi Ali. We're talking about where you have names like Oji Ada. Then you go to the same Umu Primary School, you go to see a name Luna Elomo, a woman's picture and male gender. You see another name Makati Yoso, Japanese name. You see a female picture and a man's gender. This is how all of them. So I will give you all of you. I will try to now, when we went through the register, we discovered thousands of these foreigners in the register. Names such as Eden, King Gray, Lord Gary, Rod Stott, Dana Stella, Kila, Aaron Drake, Tyler, Lenny Allen, Yuna Amo, Loweri Sapana, Makati Yuso, Muru Amba, Morono D, Maurice Dakwam, Navarro Dankwam, Tansin Kata. They are all in their thousands. We hope that Agoma work with you. We are using Agoma and Igbo as a testament of what has been done over 18 states. It is, however, very instructive that it will be discovered from the data in the register that we shall make available to you that all these fake registrants, both old and young, as can be seen from their photos, all have the same date of birth, 1983. Nigerians will also see new registrants, which are when you go to page 4 of this. Also, find obviously female names such as Rebecca, Jane, Gloria, Mary, Felicia against male photos, and also see photos of women wearing hijab yet answering village names in Wamuma. 8,000. I need to remember that the woman is already in our school where they are teaching that and I know something. Male gender were assigned to female photos and female gender assigned to male photos. What a shame for a party in power to be involved in this high from electoral race. It is like that all over the state. In many polling units in Nukuta, in Mbano, in Oru East, in Idato South, you will see similar things. You will see that it was passport photographs that were used to register majority of the names found in the register. In words like Obiohia is important for you to note here. There is new polling units in Obiohia where they have the health centers and the Mumebe Manumo, all are contained here. The entire new polling unit, scanned passport photos were used for the registration, including burial pictures. You will see them. They even snapped it from the frame with no shape. It wasn't even a professional work. So, in words like Obiohia in Idato South, in East Ekenesi 1 and 2, all in Idato South, you will find the scanning of passport photos and pictures from brochures with which registration was done. And all of you remember that the beavers captures the picture of the person it is registering. So how come people had access to the password and were able to upload passport photos and burial pictures and created names for them to be registered? It is like that, statewide and nationwide. In almost 22 APC, it is very obvious from the register that these were not captured human faces, but photos that were captured and uploaded to the register with fake names and fake biometrics. At this juncture, it is right to ask some questions to the APC, the presidency and security agencies. Who generated these photo names? Whose real identities are exposed when you search them?
Well, I'll allow you to watch that video to the end. I just have about 7 of thereabout minutes left on that video. But I want you to see the details of what that video is all about. However, I hope you're already taking your notes down, because these details are glaring. And we have not had INEC or any one of these bodies that are being accused of, perpetrating this particular act, come up to say that, look, we do not know anything about this or not, and we will actually also keep our tentacles on, to watch if there are going to be responses to this particular report and this particular revelation that has been given by the CUPP. And when you look, it's very, 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 very funny. This is an act of the dead, the dead being buried with his legs out. It's sad. Look at the funny, it's so glaring. And remember, I did a video on this show. It was a video where I showed you some a voter's card in this same Imo state. Yes, this same Imo state, that there were thousands, hundreds of thousands of voters card that were buried, in a drainage. So this is what is happening. Can you tie it together? Can you tie it together now? They didn't allow those people to get their voters card, and then they are being replaced. They are being replaced with funny people, funny names that don't exist in Nigeria, names that don't even exist in that part of the country. Can you imagine? Let's watch the remaining part of the video.
From the government. How did the APC and their agents and those behind this monumental fraud get access to the INEC machine with which they committed this heinous crime? How did this person have access into the INEC database to be able to upload these fake identities, particularly where many of them are discovered to be in the new polling unit created by INEC? Furthermore, gentlemen, the coordinator of the illegal registration in Imo State, for instance, was a former INEC staff who was the head of the State Electoral Commission and who who has now been promoted to a resident electoral commissioner nominee. She supervised the ICT team that was deployed to Imo State from the pool of centrally trained personnel by the party. Many would ask, how would this affect voting on election day, since INEC has insisted on the use of beavers as the only means of accreditation and voter authentication? This brings us to the second stage of the plan. We have now finally, before I go to that second stage, how would this affect election? If somebody can upload people from Australia, from China, from Japan, people born in 1900, 1916 into the new registration, it means that person has also devised a means to upload pre-accredited figures into the machine to rig election, returning us back to where we were in 2011. Also, we have now finally obtained a copy of a secret suit filed in the Federal High Court, Owerri. We'll give you a copy of this court process. And I want every Nigerian listening to stop whatever you're doing and listen to this. We have now finally obtained a copy of the secret suit filed in the Federal High Court, Owerri, seeking to nullify the use of the beavers machine by relying on a false claim to be made by the Nigeria Information Technology Development Agency and the Federal Ministry of Communication and Digital Economy to the court. Our vigilance team has also discovered the second suit filed on the same matter. These copies of both suits are here in our hand. This move was created as a safer option as the alternative. A more risky option is to preload the beavers machine with accreditation figures matching the numbers of the illegal registration and generating results in those areas. That is why you see hundreds of thousands of these fake names and registration were uploaded into the voter register. Note that this would happen in several of the new polling units. We do not have human beings in the register.
You see, for as long as we continue to perpetrate this act of leadership by force, we are not going to get it right in Nigeria. This is not this is democracy, for crying out loud. This is a time where people are supposed to take decisions. We're supposed to really elect our leaders, and I think we should be able to take care of the consequences of whatever type of leader that we bring into office. And it is disheartening to still know that we still have even young chaps following these people. Look at where we are today. Does it not pain you? Does it not touch your heart? Are you not pained by the situation of the country? Is this where we ought to be? Are you so backward in your mentality that you do not know that there is a need for you to go forward as a nation? Or you do not know that whatever happens to your country happens to you too? What is the matter with us? What are we doing, for crying out loud? What are we doing? What are we doing? Let me tell you, leadership is not by force. Leadership is not by force, especially when it is a democratic government. You allow the people to elect you. That's the only way you can succeed. That's the only way you can succeed. Not by all this hanky-panky. Look at the list. You saw the correlation. I mean, he's doing this. Look at the press. The press are there, and nobody has come out to say that thing that young man said is not true. Or we're doing something about it, or we're going to come out with, look, why don't you just tell us these are lists that have been brought forward. These are accusations. So I think that the government are supposed to tell us something about this. INEC owes us a responsibility to explain to us what these people are saying. How true is it? 40,000 registered voters in a community where people have taken off and have relocated for the safety of their lives. In a community where I do not know, why do you want to take advantage of the insecurity in those parts of the country to win an election? The insecurity that is supposed to be curbed and sorted out. You now want to take advantage of that situation. No. Make a borrow one. God no go take. God no go take for now. Everybody will be behind this kind of thing. In any case, now God will no go take for now. Now in God the same God now they expose you now. And if he expose you, I tell you, just try it again. Try it again. You remember now Pharaoh and Pharaoh's magician and that of Moses. And now he says, my magicians too can use their rods to bring about snakes too. And you know what happened? Now Moses, now only Moses, now he return with his own rod. He don't swallow all their rod. So let's see how far you can go with this, because everything is being exposed. Let's watch the rest of the video. Let's watch the rest of the video.
They would easily upload these results with little or no resistance. To make this work, gentlemen, you will recall that there are ongoing agitation by the civil society against President Electoral Commissioner nominees who are partisan or associated with entrenched interests in the ruling party. These nominees are to make sure that this grand design goes through. All of them in the APC control states were nominated by their governors. Some are only better shielded than others. And have not been directly traced to the party. However, the rigging plot ensured that the party has full control of the ranks in their state and some other strategic states. Recall also that during the nomination for National Commissioners of INEC, there were similar controversies, except for Mrs. Florita Onochie, who was used as a decoy to distract the attention of Nigerians. Every other person passed through, including Professor Mohammed Sani Adam, who was severally sanctioned by the University of Jos for being a person of questionable character and who has lost the appeal of the Court of Appeal to obtain his sack from the university. The last leg of the plot is also to sack the Independent National Electoral Commission Chairman, Professor Mahmoud Yakub, through the courts. A plot that will be accomplished where the man insists or continues as an unbiased umpire. Nigerians, this is the last bridge to protect our democracy, which must not be broken. This should be the red line that this man must not be allowed to cross. We therefore call on the civil society, development partners, election observers, the media, and indeed all men of goodwill to stand up and stand with us and defend Nigerian democracy. Gentlemen, the plot did not just start, and you can also connect the dots better when you listen again to the recent boastful comment of APC governors about the 2023 general election. Most recently, APC governors of Gombe, Kogi, and Plateau has claimed electoral victory for the APC, even when such reasons to make Nigerians to vote for the APC are totally absent. The only reason for their boastful comment is because they are not unaware. The only reason for their boastful comment is because they are not unaware that their plans to massively and technically rig the election have been discovered. We hereby call on INEC to reassure Nigerians that the election have not already been determined. We demand that the Commission makes categorical commitment towards the protection of the sanctity of the ballot and restore the confidence of the Nigerian people in the electoral process. Key issues that must be noted here, which is important. Not only the Commission cleaning the voter register, but the Commission must explain to Nigerians, and not only explaining, arrest the officers of INEC who release the passcode of the, because every BVAS has a passcode assigned to someone. If every BVAS has a passcode with which you will sign in before you upload, whose BVAS was used to upload these Italian and Zimbabwean names into the register? Whose BVAS was used to upload names that contains hundreds of thousands of female pictures but have male genders? Not only cleaning the register, but you must arrest the people who are involved in this Omuma magic. Not only clean the register in Omuma and parts of Imo and the 18 states in the country which have been adulterated, but arresting the staff who were involved in releasing their passcode for fake registration to be uploaded into the BVAS, and also to find out how they intend to do accreditation. Because if these names are fake, how then are they going to do accreditation? Which now confirms our intelligence that the same people who are behind these mafia operations have devised a system to upload pre-accredited fingerprints into the BVAS to pay for writing of fake results which will be transmitted, and that will make it look like it's a genuine election. We have exposed their plans. We have handed over the concrete evidence to the Nigerian people today, gentlemen of the press as well, and we say you use your voters, and we say you use your influence and your advocacy power to start speaking out today, to unravel how this happened to our register and to ensure that those behind it are apprehended. As we commend the INEC leadership for cleaning the double registration, we are demanding that they unravel the circumstances that led to outright upload of fake data into the BVAS machine. Thank you all.
Well, that is it. That is the country that we live in. They already know it. Peter Obi is this, Kwaso is this, Atiku is not that, this one is not this. No wonder we are not hearing from some people. No wonder spokespersons are just speaking, they are just abusing themselves. They are just abusing themselves. You see your mouth, it's the way you did one thing. When you are supposed to be marketing somebody, and when your product is not marketable, of course, what do you resort to doing? You resort to bastardizing other products. Oh, don't use that product. That product is not good. Oh, don't use that product. That product is not good. What about your own? How good is it? You cannot tell. Did you see the list? All sorts of things happening, funny things happening in this country. Yeah, that election, they will count this one too. Oh, I don't think the president will support this. Let me just take that vote. Let me just leave room for let me just give him that benefit of doubt. No. People that don't exist, names that don't exist. Somebody is born 1991 yet has a 60-year-old face. Pictures that don't tally with gender. So many of them were born in 1991 at the same age. So many of them. Because they didn't know that this was going to escape. They didn't know it was going to be reviewed. They didn't know that it will get out. They didn't know that anybody will see these lists. Hey, what is all this? What is all this? You are taking advantage of the problems, especially insecurity matters that are cutting the lives of people short, and you are using that as a way to rig election or to make yourself get into power. It will not work. It will not work. Not by power nor by might. It's by the Spirit of the Lord. As the Lord lives, everyone behind such acts will not get to power. Everyone who will not allow us, who will not allow the people of Nigeria to make their choice as to who they want to be their leader. Let us bear the consequences of who we choose as our leader, not the ones that are being imposed on us. You impose leaders on us and we still bear the consequences. We bear consequences of things that we know nothing about. We bear consequences of your own imposition, yet you go ahead and go and enjoy yourself abroad. And we are here still, how can we continue to be slaves in our own country? You said that we are slaves under the whites. You said, okay, let us get our independence. We got our independence. Your own slavery, your own taskmastership is even worse than that of the whites. Should we now say that it will have been better for us to remain under the whites than getting independence in the year 1960? The efforts of our heroes past, are you not dragging it in the mud by such acts? I think we should come to that point in this country where we should understand that we came into this world empty. We're going nowhere with anything. We're going back with nothing. With nothing. The coffin is what is going to accommodate you last. And that body will be eaten up in the next 6 months. In 6 months rather. In just 6 months after you die. Just 6 months. Why must you kill yourself, kill everybody because you want power? Just for this earth? Just for this earth? Just for this world? It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Our Bible says, what does it profit a man who has gained the whole world? You have gained the whole world and eventually you lose your soul. What does it profit you? How does that profit you? How does it profit you enjoying at the expense of people's suffering? How does it profit you? How does it profit you to be a taskmaster? How does it profit you? I think you should read and ask Pharaoh. If you were to be given a second chance, He would have released the children of Israel the moment Moses came in the first time, and not allow God to take him through the 10 plagues. They say a word is enough otherwise. And these are all indications from the Most High God telling whoever are behind all these things to manipulate us, because now we have resorted to calling on God to help us, and He will help us. He will help us. Wọ́n náà lọ́n ló ń bá màálù tí ò nírù olóba lé ṣinṣin. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, we have no powers of our own. We have no powers of our own. We are helpless, but we are not hopeless, because we have a hopeful God who has the power to take one out of a dunghill and place him among princes, who has the power to take one from the valley and place him on the mountaintop. I believe God strongly that He will take us from the valley and put Nigeria on the mountaintop. It's not about Peter Obi, neither is it about Atiku, nor is it about Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. It's about the David of our generation. It's about the Moses of our generation. It's about the Jesus Christ of our generation, the one that has been sent to save us, because we are in a big mess as a nation. May God help us. Well, the board is yours now. Please do drop your comment, make them simple and civil. My name is Olukunle Abraham once again. Like our videos, share our videos with others. Your opinions are always very, very welcome. Whichever way, your opinions are welcome. Just make them simple and civil. And please don't be a part of all this. If you had, before being a part of it, please don't get your hands messed up. Thank you very much once again for watching. I appreciate you for keeping pace with us. We will bring you updates as they unfold. We hope that the government, the people concerned, people who have been mentioned, like for instance the INEC, will respond and let us know what they have to say about this matter. Remember, we saw thousands of PVCs. People were shouting that they did not get to collect in drainage. Some were buried in the ground. Those things were printed with money. Apart from the fact that some people are denied their civil franchise, their civil right, to vote. Some people are denied. A lot of people are denied that by taking away their PVC. Some people are denied that, and then you now say that there is a deadline to receiving PVCs and all of that. Look,